I'm pumped up for this video this morning because I am on my computer now and I found 7 really cool dress shirts that sold for over $100 on eBay. And if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I love selling on eBay. I love selling clothes. That's actually how I started my reselling business, geez, maybe 6-7 years ago. Hey, what's going on everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com, coming back to you with another video. Early morning, having a little coffee, and I'm in a hotel right now because I'm in Connecticut and I'm actually looking to purchase a single family house. So living the hotel life right now until I find a house in this crazy real estate market. But definitely really excited, and from time to time I like to jump into the sold listings and go over some of the items that are selling to keep up to date with what's going on in the market. And for me, it's just a lot of fun because when you go to thrift stores like Goodwill or Savers or Salvation Army, you never know what you can find. And one of the things I love about reselling is you have this skill forever. When you learn about clothes or you learn about toys, you learn about books, or you learn about shoes, if you ever want to make a little extra money, or you want to, save up for a vacation or whatever, you go to the thrift store, you find some stuff and you sell it on eBay. So I'm going to take you into my computer right now. And what I'm going to do is share with you these 7 items that I came across in the sold listings on eBay. And if you take a look on my screen right here, I'm actually going to start with this item, which is a vintage 80s Brooks Brothers. Now, all these items I'm going to share with you, we're going to talk about the brand, what it sold for, and some of the things that kind of stand out to me in terms of why it sold for that much, in hopes for you to be able to go out, find these items, flip them, and make some money. Now, take everything I say with a grain of salt because, for example, maybe this Brooks Brothers sells for $119. Some of these items could just be like one-off sales, right? A lot of this comes down to supply and demand. A lot of it comes down to maybe getting lucky with the right buyer, all because it sells for $120 right here. It doesn't mean it's always going to sell for that much. Sometimes these items could sell for $40, $60, $80. Depends if you run an auction. These are all buy it nows, but just know that they range. So you're going to want to do your research. All right, so let's jump right in. So this was a really cool item that I came across in the sold listings. It's a vintage Brooks Brothers from the 80s. Now, the color should tell you a story right then and there. I mean, we got the rainbow color stripes. These always tend to do very well. Now, I'm surprised that it sold for $119. I really am. For something like this, I would more or less guess that it would sell for maybe $30, $40, $50. I'm not sure if there's something unique and with a stain. That is really weird. But I would not expect for it to sell that much, honestly. I've sold these before. There's multiple stains on this. So things like this every now and then, you can just get lucky, or maybe somebody purchased it accidentally. If you look into the description, it says great 35-year-old vintage shirt, Brooks Brothers, Pittsburgh, 1986, made in the USA. Keep an eye out for made in the USA. Some soiling on the collar, so on and so forth. They included all the measurements, which is important. You always want to include these, at least 3 measurements, the chest, the top of the collar down to the bottom, the length, and then the sleeves. Also, you can include the shoulder measurement as well, which is helpful. But this is very interesting. I would not have expected it to sell that much. Maybe there's something weird going on with this brand, but definitely interesting. Keep an eye out for Brooks Brothers. Next up is a really crazy patchwork vintage GITMAN Bros dress shirt, right? It's probably more of like a casual shirt, but a long sleeve shirt. This sold for $200. I have never seen a GITMAN Bros shirt like this before. It says vintage right on the tag, made in the USA, size medium. I mean, this is just really weird. It's unique, it's odd, and I'm a bit surprised that it sold for $200. Interesting. So 100% authentic, rare, great condition. Yeah, they could have definitely included the measurements, but it doesn't look like that it affected the sales at all. And if you go into, this is what I like to do, type in Fitman. GITMAN Bros Vintage. So sometimes what I like to do is just type in a brand and I'll scroll down to pre-owned because that's how I'm gonna find it at like a thrift store or at a garage sale or even on Facebook Marketplace for the most part. And then I'll go to USA only and I'll go to sold. And then what I'll do is I'll filter it to the highest items first just to see like some of the craziest items. Now this is rare, you're probably not gonna come across this, but just be on the lookout. If you see anything with GITMAN Bros that's crazy, they can go for good money. Here's another one that sold for $99 right here. Looks like it's like a comic book shirt, which is really cool. So be on the lookout for that. You know, a lot of these items are gonna be hard to come across, but if you do come across it once during the year, I mean, would that be worth it to be able to recognize that? And that's half the battle selling on eBay is recognizing the opportunities. Here's a Robert Graham dress shirt. The first thing that stands out to me in the title is 3 extra large. Bigger the better when you're selling clothing is always better. It's got a crazy paisley design. You know, Robert Graham is known to have some pretty outrageous designs. So this is a pretty cool item, sold for $149. Now the market on these has gone down a bit over the last couple of years, but still these crazy, weird, unique, obscure designs do very well. And when you have something that's a 3 extra large paired with a paisley design, paired with the Robert Graham brand, you know, you're gonna be in for the money. So keep your eye out for Robert Graham. Next up is a brand that I don't think I've ever found in the wild before. I've seen this in the sold listings 1,000,001 times. The brand is Tom Ford, a very high-end, Richie Rich type of brand, made in Switzerland. Take a look at that tag. If you ever see this, be on the lookout for it. I've been looking for this brand for years. I've never found it. A lot of these items are gonna sell for, you know, $70, $80 plus, a lot of times $100 plus, depending on the condition. Keep an eye out for Tom Ford and Robert Graham. Next up is Ralph Lauren. Now, if you've been watching my videos in the past, you probably know about Ralph Lauren Purple Label. This is their upper, high-end, model of the Ralph Lauren brand. Don't be mistaken with the other, like the navy blue label. The purple, it looks similar. I'm slightly colorblind, so for a while I kind of got tricked. But they have a cursive, it's like a cursive Ralph Lauren letters, and the purple is definitely, it stands out, it's different. But this is the high end, like this is what you want to look for. You can find Purple Label with polo shirts, dress shirts, suits. Obviously suits, I mean, you can sell those for $500 to $1,000 if you find a Purple Label suit, because those things can be $5,000, $10,000 new. I'm just guessing off the top. But yeah, Ralph Lauren Purple Label. This sold for $125. I've flipped a couple of these from thrift stores. You'll pay $5, $10, flip them for $50, $80, $100. I think the polo shirts go for, $60, $70. The market may have come down a little bit, but keep an eye out for the Purple Label. Next up is another high-end, I believe this is an Italian brand. Is it Italian? Yeah, made in Italy. KITON, K-I-T-O-N. Let me pull up that label for you right here. I've flipped this brand, I think, once or twice. I know I've flipped it at least once, and I think I might have found like multiple. If you're ever at a thrift store and you start coming across high-end, brands like Tom Ford or KITON, Ermenegildo Yegna and Canali, those aren't like as high-end as these. Yves Saint Laurent, those aren't in the same level. Those are a couple steps down. But if you ever start coming across brands like this in the thrift store, you better start going through all the brands. There's another brand called, I know I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, Charvet, C-H-A-R-V-E-T. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. That's another high-end brand. I've flipped those for 40 to 60 to 100 bucks. But look out for this brand. There's really not much to say other than make sure that it doesn't have any damage. A lot of times I find this brand, the couple times that I found it, at least the one time I found it with, it's just like a white, it's all white. It's like a solid color. And when I've studied the sold listings, what I'm trying to say is I see a lot of like just straight up white dress shirts. With those, it's easy for these items to get damaged and have issues. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And last but not least is a brand called MISSONI. This brand is a little crazy, kind of like Kuji, right? They're unique, they're obscure, the designs are crazy. A lot of these items I found might only sell for $15, $20, $30. This one, for some reason, selling for $149, and I think a big reason for that is, no pun intended, it's a double XL, 52 in Italian. I think this is an Italian brand, right? MISSONI, yeah. 149 buckaroos on this puppy. So included the 3 measurements. The pictures are decent. I mean, nothing special, but 149. So be on the lookout for that, especially the sweaters I've noticed can do really well. So if you guys enjoyed this video, smash that like button. If you want me to do more videos where I go into the sold listings and study and, you know, keep you up to date with what's selling, what's going on in the sold listings, let me know, because you know, I've always loved going into the sold listings and doing this. And if it wasn't, you know, on video, I'd still be doing it by myself and you know, enjoying it. So if you did enjoy this, let me know. Leave a like. If you have any ideas for future videos doing this, let me know. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.